Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Toronto of ChasingCinema.com. Thank you for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel, where each day I am constantly updating everyone on movie news, DVD updates, DVD Blu-ray reviews, casting details, and a bunch of other things. Each week we also do a podcast and also do major movie reviews that are coming out each week. So if this is the first time tuning in to anything Chasing Cinema has ever done, please hit that subscribe button. So each day, like I said, you're constantly updated. But of course, do that after you watch this video. As today we're going to be talking about a new casting update. Actually, it is from Marvel. Bryan Singer announced that he has cast Olivia Munn, and she will appear in X-Men Apocalypse as Psylocke. Now, Psylocke is quite a complicated and confusing character all on her own. For those who have been following Chasing Cinema for the past 3 years, you will know that I am somewhat of a comic book fan, not as diehard as most people are, especially nowadays. There's been a huge revival, obviously, because of all of the Marvel movies and comic book movies in general. I read X-Men, and I enjoyed X-Men as a child, but I never really got super into the whole X-Men stories. I'm familiar with a few that were adapted into films, but I've had an odd relationship with the X-Men movies in general. The original 3 I was not too crazy about. The first X-Men movie was alright, I'll give you. X-Men 2 was cool. X-Men 3 Last Stand obviously was a major disappointment, but nowhere near as a disappointment as X-Men Wolverine Origins, which was just a train wreck. That was a really disappointing movie. However, Matthew Vaughn comes out of nowhere and delivers X-Men First Class, which is a phenomenal movie with Jennifer Lawrence and Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy. A wonderful movie that's well acted, well directed, and the movie actually has this beautiful story as far as being told visually. I mean, it's really, really great. And then we have the latest film, X-Men Days of Future Past, which combine both the older versions of the film and the younger versions that were in First Class, and an amazing, amazing movie. One of my favorite movies of the year last year, though it didn't make my top 10 because there were just so many great things last year. It was definitely one that stuck in my mind as a really great movie. Now we're moving forth to X-Men Apocalypse with Bryan Singer at the helm, and we are introducing more characters. Last, in Days of Future Past, we were introduced to Quicksilver, which I think, even though he was in a more smaller role, it was very highly entertaining. I think, actually, his scene was the most entertaining scene in that whole entire film. I mean, that scene when he's just running around the room as they get off the elevator. It's exciting, it's fun. It kind of really had that really classic comic book feeling of just watching something in amazement. It was very special. Like I said, I really enjoyed that film, as I enjoyed the last X-Men movie as well. But moving forward, we are getting now to these Marvel universes they're trying to constantly introduce characters and bring in characters that people have known and integrating other stories from the comics that are really popular, to constantly have someone go, oh my god, it's this, or oh, it's that character. So the latest update in that is actually Psylocke, who, like I said, is complicated and a little bit confusing. I'm not too familiar with the Psylocke character. I know that she died at one point, was resurrected as a ninja, and so on and so forth. Very, very complicated. But I know that she was, Olivia Munn was cast as her. If you're not familiar with Olivia Munn, I'm not too familiar with her as well. She's not saying, I know some of her work. She was in Magic Mike. She was in Newsroom. She did an episode of New Girl, I believe. She did Iron Man 2. She was a part of. She's in the show Newsroom, which I've been unable to actually sit down and watch. Not because I don't want to, just because I'm watching 50 other things. So I will have to sit down and watch it. I've heard great things about that. And I heard she's quite good in it. Magic Mike, to me, honestly, isn't very memorable. I didn't think it was a great movie, as a lot of people did. Mordecai, which recently came out, was just awful. I mean, that movie I try to forget. Each night I wake up in cold sweats because I think about it. To quote Roger Ebert, I hated that movie. I hated that movie. So I won't even get into that, even though I kind of already did. But Olivia Munn starring as Psylocke. So what are you guys thinking about that? Is that a good casting role? Though she is not the greatest actress, as you kind of look at her career, she is more developing and kind of coming into her art and coming into her craft and trying to be a better actor. Will this work? Are you excited? Olivia Munn is Psylocke. Comment below and let me know what you think about this casting detail and how excited are you for X-Men Apocalypse. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and click that like button to show your support. You can also watch a bunch of other videos. Today we also talked about the Wonder Woman director exiting the project, so you can go check that video out as well. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I'm always constantly posting things about movies at Jacob Tiranno. That's Jacob Tiranno. Again, that's Tiranno. Last but not least, always go to chasingcinema.com to read my reviews and kind of look at in-depth essays and articles and even interviews as I have explored the world of motion picture. Thank you for tuning in today, and please continue chasing cinema.